Hi, I'm Sarah Stevenson, and I'm going to take you through an introduction to some common terms that are used when people begin talking about computers. These are words that we hear all the time, and we kind of assume that everyone knows what they are, but this video just aims to make sure that we define them for you. So we'll start with hardware. Hardware refers to the physical parts of the computer, the things we can see and touch and actually work with our own hands. You start on the outside of the computer. We've got usually the tower or the base, and this is where you'll see the little ports where you connect other pieces of hardware like your monitor, keyboard, speakers, mice, all those little things that allow you to interact with your device. And then on the inside of the computer, you have lots of other pieces of hardware like your motherboard or the CPU, the central processing unit, which carries out instructions and basically runs your device for you. The memory is part of the hardware that determines how much you can store on your device. You have drivers and drives. The drives store and read information, and the drivers control the devices. Drivers act as interpreters between the programs and the device. And then your hardware also includes things like sound cards and video cards that allow us to hear and see information and also have a little bit of entertainment. So next, let's look at the software in your computer. Software refers to instructions that help devices run different programs and tasks. And these are things that we use every day, like word processing programs, our internet browsers. Without software instructions, we would not be able to browse the internet. Our PowerPoint programs that help us to create presentations, email, and then finally, the operating system of our computers or any other device. So the operating system, I want to spend a little bit of time on now. This is the most important software on your computer because it acts as the translator between the user and the hardware and the software. Computers don't have a linguistic language. They use a binary language, and the operating system makes it possible for the different programs to run because it gives and receives messages. There are different types of software. Software like Windows and Apple and Linux. But we're going to focus mainly on Windows operating systems because that's what our district uses. If you look at the graphic that's right here, it shows you how the operating system functions. Some things like your mouse or your keyboard talks to the operating system and it lets it know what functions to be done, like moving a cursor or putting in words or letters from the keyboard. And then there are some things that the operating system talks to for output, things like the monitor or the printer. And then you have other components like drives and applications where there's a back and forth between the operating system and the disk drive. I have a short video I want to show you because it is important to know what operating system your device uses in order to choose proper software and to be able to troubleshoot properly. And so if you just watch this, this will show you how you can find the operating system that is running your Microsoft-powered machine. Hi, okay, so now we've been talking about operating systems, and I wanted to show you how you can check the operating system of your device. Our district uses Windows devices, and so if you wanted to check and see what particular version of operating system your device is, then what you do is just go to your basic screen that greets you every day. You go up and find this little icon that says This PC, and once you're there, you need to right-click, and then you go to this little mini menu, and you go all the way down to where it says Properties, and click Properties. And once you do that, it'll pull up the system information, and it'll tell you what your operating system is. Clearly, the one on my device here is a Windows 10, so I am the most up-to-date. This is one of the things that technicians will frequently ask you if you file out any kind of work order because you're having a problem with your device. They may remote contact you and ask you your information, or they may simply look at the device themselves through the network. So, one of the things that I would ask you to do then is go and look at your device and see what your operating system is now that you know what it is and what it does. All right, thanks a lot. I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that this will help to guide you to our next tutorial, which is going to talk about networking and what networks do, what they are, and how they're helpful to us. Thanks a lot. Until next time.